In 1961, I was on the run, a fugitive leading the African National Congress armed wing, Umkhonto Sizwe, against Apartheid, the system that split South Africans by race since 1948, stripping blacks of rights to vote, own land, or move freely. This story, The Farmer's Stand, is about a man named Amos, a farmer in the Transkei, whose quiet courage in hiding ANC fighters kept our struggle alive. His story is about family, sacrifice, and holding on to hope, told so you can feel his strength and connect with his fight. Amos was a 50-year-old farmer in a small Transkei village, growing maize and tending goats with his wife, Naledi, and their son, Sipho, who was 15. His farm, tucked between hills, was a hard day's work, but it fed his neighbors. In 1961, after the Sharpeville massacre, where 69 protesters died, Amos heard my ANC speeches through a hidden radio. He wasn't a soldier, but he offered his farm as a safe place for our fighters. I stayed there once, disguised as a herder, and Amos said, "Madiba, my land is your shield." His farm became a hideout for Umkhonto members planning sabotage against power lines. Amos hid weapons in haystacks and fed us with maize porridge. Naledi kept watch, signaling with a lantern if police were near. One night, a patrol came close, but Amos led them to his goats, joking about a lost kid. They left, never checking the barn where I hid with 2 comrades. His calm reminded me of my own quick thinking while evading capture. Sipho helped, driving goats to block paths when police searched the hills. He carried messages to other villages, hiding them in his sandal soles. Amos taught him to love the land, but also to fight for it, much like my own talks with my kids before prison. One evening, Sipho asked, "Will we win, Baba?" Amos answered, "We'll win if we don't give up." His words echoed the 1956 Women's March, where women stood strong against past laws. In 1962, police got wind of rebels in the Transkei. Amos buried our supplies under a maize field, and when officers searched, he showed them empty barns, saying he was just a farmer. They left, but Naledi worried about Sipho, who was sneaking food to fighters. The family's courage was like my wife Winnie's, keeping our cause alive despite danger. I was caught that year, but Amos' farm stayed safe, helping others escape. By 1963, as I faced trial, Amos' farm hid more fighters. Sipho, now 17, guided them through hills to safe houses. Police raided the farm in 1964, burning a shed, but Amos had moved weapons to a cave. He was detained for a week, questioned about the ANC, but stayed silent. On Robben Island, where I was jailed, I heard about farmers like Amos through new prisoners, their bravery a light in our dark cells. In the late 1960s, Amos kept helping, giving maize to families of arrested activists. Sipho joined the ANC underground, using his father's farm as a base. When police burned their crops in 1970, Amos rebuilt, planting again with neighbors' help. He said, "They can burn my fields, but not my heart." His strength was like our prison talks, where we vowed to endure. By the 1976 Soweto uprising, Sipho was a leader, inspired by his dad. Amos, older now, fed student protesters, his farm a refuge. When I was moved to Pollsmoor in 1982, stories of his farm reached me, reminding me of the 1960 resistance that kept our fight alive. Amos never stopped, even as his health faded from years of strain. In 1990, when I was freed, I visited the Transkei, meeting Amos and Sipho. Amos gave me a sack of maize, saying, "This fed our hope." As president in 1994, I thought of him when we started land reforms, wanting farmers like him to thrive. Sipho took over the farm, teaching kids to grow food and fight for justice. Amos' farm was a shield for our struggle, his courage showing that small acts matter. His love for his family and community, like our shared humanity, proves we're stronger together. If you're facing hard times, be like Amos. Use what you have to help others, and keep fighting. Power to the people.